Hi, I'm Rhonda Massad from the West Island blog, and today I have a very special guest, former Montrealer who fell in love and moved to New York City. She founded Elevé, a company that designs nightwear for women with a focus on breast comfort. She is a realtor in New York City. No woman, young or old, should feel like they have to hide behind baggy sweatshirts or wear underwires or sports bras to bed. That's the logo, that's the mantra you will see on her website. I want to welcome Elevé founder and longtime friend of mine, Sandra Mimran Smith. How are you today, Sanj?
Rhonda, we go way, way back. I'm so happy to
Oh
see
dear.
you.
I can't believe we're doing this. I can't believe that
I know.
allows this. So why I wanted Sandra on today is because I am launching a 50 Fit program with my coach, Sherry Shaban, and we are looking to explore women's issues, and boobs are one of those issues. So tell me how you started, and I already know, but you can share it with my guests.
Well, Rhonda, I've known, oh my gosh, I think we've known each other for over 40 years. It's crazy. It's really
Miguel, we
crazy.
met at Miguel.
Yeah, Miguel. We met at Miguel. And so basically, I think back then, I'm also Moroccan. So for me, I was always a little different as well as Rhonda. But Rhonda has a very different shape than I did. And so I was always more voluptuous
I'm
on top.
pear-shaped. I'm bigger bum,
Yeah,
bigger boobs together. We
right.
thing.
Exactly. We look like a Barbie doll. So basically, I think, having my mother as a seamstress all my life, my mother was able to fix my clothes because as when you get a size 10 or a size 6 piece of clothing, you're not necessarily symmetrical from the top to the bottom. One is always bigger than the other. So my whole life, I've always had to fix my clothes according to my boobs. But more importantly, I think our shape, and a lot of women will probably relate, is that we gain and we lose weight on our breasts. And that really is a body type. Like pear shapes actually don't. That's really one of the only shapes that doesn't really change differently. And this I've learned along the way.
I go up or down half or size in my life. I've gone up or down a size.
Right, because you have pregnancies, you were breastfeeding and so forth. And of course, that's when it changes really the most. But I think the market to me, as I was obviously getting older, I was looking for just regular, normal sleepwear. Look, there's 5 minute sleepwear, which I call, is very essential for any woman, but it's literally worn for 5 minutes, let's face it,
And we know
and
what we're wearing it. We know what we're wearing it for.
exactly,
So moving
exactly.
beyond
And
that, we're not talking about sexual health today. We are talking about boob health. So
boob health.
so your motivation from what I've read is that your daughter is shaped like you, and you just were like not like.
Actually, no, it's the opposite. She's
Okay.
not shaped like me. She wasn't shaped like me, but what I found out was most of her friends looked like me. So I saw that there was a shift, meaning that I wasn't the anomaly anymore. Like this was the basic body type. So what I've learned was after a lot of research is that the basic bra size went from a 34B 20 years ago to a 34 double D today. And that's organic. It has nothing to do with implants and so forth. So whether we want to say it's diet, evolution, toxins, hormones, all that kind of stuff, the fact is we are changing and we're getting bigger. And bigger doesn't mean bigger all over. So that's really what really catapulted me to make the lingerie, is because the market thought I was just big all over. But I'm actually fit, but I'm bigger on top. So basically there was, if I had to order a size, 22 in order for it to fit on the top, and that didn't make any sense. So after a while, I said, you know what, I think I can make this better. Having a background with my mother as a seamstress, I really went out to find somebody to help me make this. And you know what, it's no easy feat because yes, I'm in New York and you think I'm in the fashion mecca of the world, but it took over 15 prototypes because it's so complicated. I actually have it with me here and I actually inverted it. So what happens with a woman's breast as she gets older, and don't forget, there's also a mature breast, right? So now we're in our 50s.
I'm mature. I'm mature.
Yeah,
Your boobies.
it's a more mature.
They
So
don't,
a woman's
talk
breast,
back.
they're not as perky. Even someone who's a 34 double D, that's 20, versus I'm a 32 double D, and I'm 55. They don't fall the same way at all. So one is bigger than the other. And then of course there's perimenopause and menopause. I don't want to bore you with the details. The fact of the matter is our breasts are constantly changing and the lingerie market has not met that demand. So I wanted something, and I always wear it. Actually, I wear it for Zooms. It's very easy. It's my work from home outfit. I just literally boost myself up. It's real support. So I don't know if you could see it on camera. I mean, go, it's easy to my website. This is inverted, but basically it's like there's a band here, a really soft band. So the whole point is you don't want to wear underwire. So women with actually really big breasts, like very heavy breasted, do sleep with sports bras. And I don't know about you, but I mean, for me during pregnancy, I was a size G cup and I couldn't keep it together. It was so painful. I really had to sleep with a sports bra. So nobody's going to sleep with an underwire. It's ridiculous. Like the last thing you want to do is put on a bra to go to sleep. So I addressed everything. There are so many design sewing elements in here that are hidden with mesh to really give you that, a silhouette. So what happens when you're big breasted, it looks like a pancake. I don't know I mean, Rhonda, you're pretty perky, but I don't know if you've had people, we all have a friend that's always complaining about her breasts, always. Yeah. I mean, we always have that friend, and you know what they're complaining about. It's like one is bigger than the other. It's always hurting, so when you gain weight and lose weight, and this is why I think what started this conversation, because you're doing this wonderful program, is that what women don't realize, when they do lose a lot of weight, you're going to lose a lot of weight on your breasts. And when you do, you're losing the elasticity and the gravity. That's the issue, right? It's gravity. So I actually made front adjusting straps. So the whole point of this was to be comfortable. When you go to sleep.
Brilliant. Come on.
Yeah. So when you, like, I have it on now and I'll loosen it up. But when I wake up in the morning, all I do is lift myself up and I perk it up. And what happens is, because again, when you're a bigger busted woman, you're actually short-waisted and it's very hard to get to the back to pull up your straps. So the other really important design element is the T-strap in the back. What happens is it's pulling you up and it's giving you an uplifted feel. But even more importantly, I also have a hook and an eye with a 3-prong in the back as well. So you could just adjust it. You can make it tighter, you can make it bigger, you can make it looser. Now, why were we talking about breasts and bras?
Yeah.
Because all you have to know is your bra size. And I think we spoke about boobs and bras. I don't make bras, and I'm not going to make a bra ever, because a basic bra has 35 design elements. A basic bra. But I actually brought one to show you.
The industry isn't catching up to us?
Because they're finally realizing, I don't know if do you guys have Third Love there or True & Co? Like, I don't know if that comes up. So basically what we know in the lingerie business is just fast fashion, right? Victoria's Secret, Calvin Klein, everybody just puts their name on something. But when you mass produce something, it's just impossible to make it fit every body type. And that's very true with our breasts. We're all, I don't know, everybody, all your viewers who are women will probably start looking at their breasts to see what kind of breasts are they. Are they round? Are they, some are like go down, some are pointier. We all have different shapes. So how can you find one bra size to fit everybody? And speaking of bra size, women, again, because we don't address our breast size. Rhonda, how long, like, when was the last time you were fitted for a bra? Just
probably 2 years, 2 or so.
Okay, that's actually not bad. That's actually not bad. But when your weight is fluctuating, it's so important to actually go every year, because you're losing on your band. So it has more to do with the band. And the bottom line is, it's expensive for a company to start making a million different bras for a million different women, right? They're just catering to one type. And we see that in general. So it's actually become bespoke. But Montreal, I have to say, is the mecca for beautiful, well-made lingerie, because a lot of it's coming from France. And actually, there are some Canadian companies that are really catching up and really doing beautiful things. But I was always introduced to beautiful lingerie because we've always had boutiques. America, everything is just more mass-produced. But if you go to your local boutique store, the first thing any woman should do who hasn't been fitted for at least 2 years has to go in and get fitted. My motto is, the most important, the most expensive piece of wardrobe that you should be wearing should be your bra.
Okay.
And I think that's where we go back and change our psyche, because as women, we're like, oh, we have to get the best dress, but think about your foundation, right? It's like what you're doing just with being fit. You could buy the best, most beautiful dress, but if your arms are a little flabby, or if you're wearing the wrong bra, you're not going to look great.
Or you don't do your
Yeah,
hair.
you do your hair. It's more about the foundation of that. So to me, when you're getting dressed, the most important piece really should be your bra. And I mean, this is just one example, but this is an empreinte. It's a French bra. I don't know if you could, there are so many, and this is the beauty of making something that's really bespoke. There's so many design elements that the naked eye, that people who aren't in the industry won't see, that there's boning. There's a reason why, like even here, there's a high cut I put here, because does anybody have like a third bra?
I
Like
know. What the heck is
that boob?
all doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
There.
Because one breast is always bigger than the other. And think about that time of the month too. For women who are still getting their, who are still, getting their monthly, period. You will get a third boob, and a lot of bras are cut too low. They're cut, and so that will pop up. So that's number one, right? Women, you should always get fitted for a bra, but especially when you're losing or gaining weight, it's so important, because it changes everything, the back, the band. So, and that's another thing. I think as women, we also get fixated. I think for busty women, for us, the size is just a number, but people get fixated. Oh, I'm not a 34B, I'm a 32 double D. It doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with the cup size. It has to do with the band size. So the band is what you need to really give you the support. People think they're getting the support from the cup. They're not. They're getting the support from the band.
Okay.
So yeah. So that's very important. That's why women need to go to a regular bra fitter.
Which is, and in Montreal, do you happen to know, or across the globe?
You have the most, well, Rhonda, you guys, how many beautiful lingerie boutiques? I know you had mentioned that you had like 2 boutiques around in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
That
I think everybody, like this is going to be not necessarily for Montrealers, but across the globe. What do you do? What would your search bar be if you were in any city in the world?
I would not go to a Bay or an Ogilvy's. I would definitely go to a boutique bra.
Okay.
A boutique shop, like something on Sherbrooke. I'm sure there's like beautiful little boutiques. Basically, that's all they do. All they do is lingerie.
So head to store that specializes in bras.
In bras, yes, definitely in bras and lingerie. Exactly, because, and this is another misnomer. You could be a 32D in a wake hole, or or a in Chantel, but then you could be a 32 double D in an empreinte, because so every company cuts differently. Just like if you're going to get a Michael Kors dress, let's say you're a size 6 in Michael Kors, but you're a 10 in a Calvin Klein. Nobody cuts differently. Everybody cuts differently. So again, I think it's just about the education about women for the longest time. It's also self-care, right? We're always like, we don't need another bra. We don't need this. No, you need a bra. You need, and they stretch. So my bras will range from $80 to $150, and that's US dollars. So don't be surprised if you're, Canadian, if it's going to be at least 180 Canadian with the exchange and so forth in Canada, because everything is a little more expensive. Actually, there was a great store that I sold to. Unfortunately, she doesn't because of the exchange. It's called Bliss Beneath in Ontario, and they were doing great things during COVID. They ship, and they can actually give you a virtual fitting. Yeah, they could do a virtual fitting with you, a FaceTime, and then they could tell you exactly how to, and they can see where the gaps are and so forth. But I'm sure the boutiques in Montreal are doing virtual fittings, with COVID distancing, and it could, with masks on and so forth. So that's my advice for any woman out there right now, especially our age.
Yes, but I want you to talk to specifically a woman who's 50 and over. Talk to me, just one word of advice before we sign off. Just get your
Don't
bra
beat
size.
yourself up. Yes.
Get your bra size.
Oh, more importantly, yeah, just last thing, because you are
Oh,
doing
sports.
fit. So for sports bras, so it's important for a sports bra to really actually you have to go down a size. So that's my advice. Go down because it has to be really fitted and tight. You don't want to loose. The last thing you want to do is a loose bra. So a loose bra,
For
sports
sport.
bra. So the one that I like is Champion, and I'm sure you can find it. And again, you need really good support when you're doing like a HIIT class or when you're doing even Pilates. You should have something really
I wear
supportive.
a sports bra when I walk.
Yeah,
I do. I just find it more comfortable.
no, definitely. So yeah, so just don't beat yourself up. Don't forget, your breasts will also change the most during menopause. It
Shocker.
just does. So much fun. So much to look forward to.
A hormone reduction. So you get to lose your period, but you also get to lose some.
You can gain a size. You can gain a cup.
Size. You could gain or lose, depends on your mood.
Right.
All right, we want to thank you here from 50 Fit, and we loved having you on, and we will head on over to Elevé to see what you have to offer. And we wish you a wonderful rest of your day.
Thanks, Rhonda. It's great seeing you.
See you soon.